If you follow my channel, you might not realise that I've always had a huge soft spot for trainers, sneakers. Generally my channel's focused on heritage footwear, denim, that sort of thing, but I've always loved sneakers, trainers, way back when to my first real sort of grail trainers that I had was the 1990 Air Jordan 5s in the great colourway, exactly as worn by the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which was airing at that time. Got the 5s, got the 6, and then it sort of faded away, but it's always been in there in the background. Recently, having joined Reddit, I've been sort of getting hooked on newest releases. I've been watching the Sneakers app from Nike. Really good way of marketing their trainers and makes it really exciting. The thrill of the chase, it really is great. But I was thinking about what would now match my wardrobe, sort of go with my look more as a sort of a grown man now. And a few drops sort of came through all in one go, and I picked them up, and there was just something about them which really sort of resonated as something for the denim fanatic, something which really sat with my other interests. So the things which came through and the things which I picked up were the Air Force Ones in the 3x1 denim collaboration, and we'll take a look at these in some detail in a minute, and also the Nike SB Air Jordan 1s in the New York to Paris colourway, which actually are my favourite out of all these, but we'll get onto these in a minute. So what's sort of particularly interesting about these is that they all have something which kind of resonates with my other hobby of denim, really. Now for the 3X ones, it's pretty obvious, they're made out of denim. These are actually two separate pairs. I bought two pairs. There were actually three colourways on these. There was the black, the stonewashed indigo, and also a raw indigo, which didn't seem to be released in the UK. So actually, out of the three, the raw indigo would have been much more aligned with my interests, because I would have loved to have seen how that would have faded. But they're really nice, and we'll come in for some details and look at the features on them. 3X1 is a New York denim brand, if I understand correctly. It's not a brand I've really come across before. It does look like they've got some nice cuts, but maybe a slightly lighter weight denim than I'd normally choose. But these trainers are really interesting and a nice way of showing off denim. We'll come in for a little close-up and look at the 3X1 collaborations here. Starting off with the black. I think it's my favourite of the pair. Nice little selvage detail around the edge there. Not entirely sort of wonderfully executed. It's kind of actually a little bit of strip glued on. I'm not even sure if it sort of goes down under the stitching, but it's a nice idea to get that selvage detail to the edge of denim, the quality denim, around there. The AF1 on the right shoe, and on the left shoe you've got the 3X1 branding just on the inside there. What's interesting is you've got this little tab here with another little bit of selvage, and I've noticed on 3X1 jeans that's sort of their equivalent of Levi's red tab. Only on one shoe. Looked quite cool if it was on both, but that's sort of faithful to the branding. I do think the blue is in some ways better executed than the black. It's got this nice orange pop around the swoosh, and the selvage detail looks a little bit more nicely executed there. Got the contrast raw and indigo or stonewashed indigo denim. As I say, the entirely raw version I think would be my preferred. Doesn't seem to have been released in the UK, But yeah, we have the nice little Nike SB New York to Paris. Now these really are my real sort of favourites out of the 3 pairs I picked up. This is actually a bone and grey colourway currently, but what's special about these is that the bone areas or the grey areas, yes, the grey areas around the toe, around the back, and the black areas are all actually a painted finish, and over time that will wear off to reveal a pink tint and a sort of vivid neon pink as well. So the neon pink on the swoosh and the pink tint on the grey areas. Now some people have already gone out and scrubbed it away, revealing it. Now I want to see how this goes over time. The idea is actually the SB ranges, SB stands for skateboarding, so that would naturally bring about a quick wear, a patina, and revealing, so obviously where you're hitting it with your deck and all that sort of stuff. So that's the idea behind it, but my idea is to let it wear as slowly as possible and let it yield in the same way that fades sort of come about on denim. So that's kind of what I really like about these. The SB collaboration is very faithful to the 1985 release of the Air Jordan 1s. The main difference is the inclusion of the SB up there, and inside, if we just pop this out, the insole actually has a bit of zoom cushioning in addition to the air that you naturally find in the sole of these. A little bit of extra cushioning because of the sort of skateboard heritage on those. Obviously that's the vivid pink which comes through on there. It's probably a bit washed out in the camera, but maybe when we come in for some close-ups we'll get a bit more faithful. Coming in for some close-ups on the Air Jordan 1s. As I say, very faithful to the brand, the heritage of those. Only notable difference is the SB logo there on the tongue. Inside the shoe you've got the hyper pink insole, which does have a zoom unit to supplement the air in the sole. Got a fabric collar and the sort of grey and bone coloured leather. You can see the sort of edges of the leather just popping out the colour below. Little mark there where the hyper pink is starting to burst through. And over time, what I hope is that the creases you get around your forefoot, they'll yield the colour in the same way that sort of fades sort of come through on denim, and it'll just slowly evolve. Not a massive reveal of colour, but a slow patina which will build up over time. So the hyper pink will be on the swoosh, and these black portions, this will all be pink tint. I think it'll be interesting to see how that develops over time, and that's really sort of how these link into my interest in denim, is the way they sort of patina and age over time. I also think they're a nice looking shoe actually. That's about it. As I say, this is a bit of a departure from my normal content for the channel. I do love sneakers, I do love trainers, and actually I really like the sort of the thrill of the chase and trying to get some of the latest releases. So if you do like this sort of content, please do give it a thumbs up, comment below, and we might well able to bring you a bit more. So as I say, I did pick up 3 pairs in a very short space of time. I'm not going to have time to wear all these. I think I'm going to have to focus on one. So I'm going to go with the Air Jordans. I just really like the interesting sort of concept of a shoe which is designed to sort of fade almost in the same way that denim is. And I just think that's a really cool idea. As I say, this is a New York to Paris colourway. New York represented by the grey and black, and Paris represented by the sort of hyper pink and pink tint. There was also a LA Lakers Chicago Bulls colourway, which is, I think it was purple and yellow going to black and red. Much more popular, much more hyped, but actually that's a good looking shoe. And over time I'm really interested to see how that pops through. As you saw, there was some colour lace colour options. I'm going to stick with black to begin with, and maybe as the pink bursts through, I'll sort of pick the contrasting laces to go with that. So yeah, I'll probably post some updates on these on Instagram. If they sort of end up looking really nice, I'll maybe do a follow-up video. But yeah, I've thought something interests me. I wonder if I interest my subscribers. So that's pretty much it. If you like this sort of content, do make it known. If you don't, let me know as well. If you haven't seen my channel before at all, check it out. Lots of videos on sort of heritage footwear, Red Wings, surrogates, that sort of stuff, denim, and just everyday carry, fountain pens, pen knives, that sort of stuff. Bit of cycling, bit of running. Check it out. Might share some other common interests. Do subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and that's about it. Hope this was useful. Thank you very much. Bye bye.